Hey everyone, welcome to Journey of the Brand. If you're into business, marketing and branding, then this is the place for you. If you're new here, don't worry, we're just getting started. This channel is basically a real-time documentation of my journey in starting and growing a brand from scratch. I'm going to be bringing you a daily vlog of everything I'm doing in the business. So if that sounds good for you, stay tuned. Today's episode, the first one, is going to be all about how I started earlier in the year and then COVID hit. So basically today I'm starting all over again and we're going to talk about that right now. So I said back in my first ever episode in January that the idea of this channel was basically, as I said, to give a real-time documentation of starting and growing a brand. The reason I want to do that is because I love reading about entrepreneurs and businessmen, successful people like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Richard Branson, people like that. And I love hearing their stories of how they grew their brand, but it always is a retrospective example of how they've done that. And it always leaves me with questions that I wish I could have asked them and find out more about. So I feel in documenting everything I'm doing from a day-to-day basis, in trying to build this brand, which I hope to be my full-time job and my career, then it's going to help other people who want to grow their brands to essentially see the things that you should do right when creating a brand and things that don't work, and hopefully give you a head start into growing your own brand. It's also going to be a fun journey. I'm not going to leave anything out. There's going to be warts and all, trials and tribulations, and successes and failures. Hopefully there's not going to be a huge failure when I have to shut down the channel, but ultimately I hope it's going to be an enjoyable ride. So where have I started? Basically back in January 2020, I started with a huge amount of gusto, started another channel, doing the documentation, and I'll show you that right now. I mentioned yesterday that the company I brought was a sports clothing company. It was more aimed towards the wrestling arena and MMA and fight sports. I kind of want to broaden it out into a more sports apparel, gym wear kind of company. Gymshark's a massive inspiration of mine and kind of the reason I took this project on. The company is called Fight Forever. When I first bought the company, and obviously its name, it kind of got me thinking about how I can make it more than just another t-shirt company, another sports brand company. And something that's really close to my heart, because I've been through it myself and still go through it, is mental health. So I've decided, as a kind of moral of the brand, I suppose is the word, every sale that I make through Fight Forever, a percentage will go to a mental health charity, because I feel like more than just being another business and growing a business, I also want to kind of give back to people and help people as well. So I feel that's a way I can do both things at once. I also started putting things into place, which I looked at getting a website done and decided upon Shopify, and that was a big process. I looked at other websites, but ultimately landed on Shopify to sell the clothing brand. And then also started to order samples, and that's where I kind of started to feel that this was going to be a bigger job than I anticipated. My ideas first off were just like, yeah, get a website, get some t-shirts, get some samples done, easy. But what I quickly realized is doing samples and that into other people's hands, it came back with mixed results, and it was a long process in the sense I couldn't just come up with an idea for a sample and do it and then decide if it worked or not. I had to obviously put the order in with the company, wait for it to be delivered, and then have that reveal. And it just felt a laboured process. So actually what I've done in the meantime between starting earlier in the year and now, obviously with COVID and lockdown and whatnot, it's given me time to think. And what I've done is I've actually brought my own printing gear, which I'm going to be setting up tomorrow in here and showing you everything of what I've got. But ultimately I hope that will allow me to have a quicker process of working out what styles and what samples and what logos and things work to get the business running quicker. We got two black t-shirts exactly the same, just different sizes, XL and large. So let's see if this works. There is the first logo. I know it looks proper, not very impressive from here, but this is gonna focus. So that's the logo. So that's embroidered on there, so it's stitched and it's raised a little bit.
Can you see it? I think I like the embroidered one.
Social media was another thing for me. It's a huge task. It's a full-time job, 24/7. It's something I really enjoy, but it's finding the time to do it around everything else I'm doing. So I actually work full-time in wedding videography. Granted, this year it's been a bit quiet. Next year is going to be mentally busy, hopefully. So it's working out how I can fit in every part of the business that I'm doing myself at the moment, because obviously we're starting this brand, and fitting it around my current life with my family and work life as well. And social media, I know, is a huge crux of this business, and it's what's going to push the business forward. So it's working out which platforms work best for me and for the brand. And that's what I started to do back in January, but it got cut short, as I said. So that's what I'm hoping to do over the next couple of days and weeks, is really hone down on social media and the best platforms for the brand.
Whereas TikTok is, there's a massive growing community of over 30s, over 40s, and then obviously you've got the younger community and then 20s. So the broad range on there is massive, and it's got 1.5 billion people have downloaded TikTok. And I think I read somewhere 1.2 billion use it actively, so that's a massive portion of the market.
One of the main things that kind of got me thinking with coronavirus, in a weird way, is the branding for my business. So branding is so important, and that kind of key message that your brand is giving across and the ethos of what your brand purveys. Within my niche of the sports clothing world, which I want to get into, but in general, you look at any brand and you can tell pretty much straight away in a few kind of aspects what they're all about. Think of the biggest brands in the world: Nike, Adidas, Apple, things like that. You know what they're going to be about by just looking at it. And especially like brands like I've seen recently, Patagonia. I love their branding and their style and their ethos, and you can see it straight away.
I said about the brand identity and the idea I kind of had on the way here. So I was thinking about this whole channel and this whole vlog and what it means. And it means about, and I keep saying it in the vlog, is just got to keep pushing forward. And every day I'm doing this vlog, I'm learning new things and trying to adapt and get better every day. So I'm going to incorporate that into the Fight Forever brand, because obviously Fight Forever as a name as well is quite like, just keep going and keep fighting. So yeah, I'm going to incorporate the brand. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is yet, keep you a little guessing, but it's going to be more about having a journey, growing, and keep pushing forward.
So what's in store moving forward with these daily vlogs? Tomorrow I will be in here, which is the bare bones of what will be the Fight Forever HQ office. I've started, I'm not going to show you where I am, it's a secret location, but yeah, it's taken a bit of work over the last couple of weeks just to get it in some sort of kind of order is the word. If I showed you the other side of the camera, you would be amazed at what I'm sitting amongst at the moment. But ultimately, I want to build this out more, and this is going to be the printing studio and the main HQ of the brand. And it might be a nice little story to talk about further down the line of this is where it all started. But I'm going to build this up. So tomorrow I am going to do an unboxing of all the printing stuff I brought in over the last couple of weeks and get that all set up. Then hopefully next week we're going to do some samples and maybe a little product photo shoot, potentially a main photo shoot with some models, and getting the website with some images on it, bringing it up to scratch, and hopefully pushing forward to getting things to sell. I'm still waiting on a trademark for the company. I submitted that quite a while ago, and they just keep coming back to me and saying, oh, but due to the high demand of trademarks at the moment, we're pushing it back a bit further. So they've told me another 2 weeks, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks I should have the news that I can reveal on here. I'll tell you what, I'll do a live email opening of whether I've got the trademark or not, because that's going to be a huge thing about the branding. So that'll be happening on the vlog as well. But mainly it's just going to be a warts and all kind of showing you what it takes to build the business. So I hope that's interested you. And if you're here still watching this, I truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to hear me waffle to camera. It means an absolute lot. But what means even more is if you could hit the subscribe button and obviously get notified every time I upload, and also give the video a like if you want to support me in this little journey or venture. But other than that, I've brought you up to speed today of where I am, and now we're going to move forward, and I'll see you again tomorrow in tomorrow's vlog. Cheers.